Hi everyone. Today we're using ContentIQ to build an AI agent that helps banking employees answer operational questions from internal banking documents. In just a few minutes, ContentIQ connects to a sample banking knowledge base in SharePoint, including product guides, account opening requirements, KYC and AML procedures, and more. Most importantly, ContentIQ keeps the same SharePoint access controls in place, so employees only receive answers from documents they are allowed to access. First, let's look at our SharePoint site for North Star Community Bank. The document library has two folders: General Banking Documents and Restricted Compliance Documents. Access is controlled through Microsoft Entra groups, so general users only see general documents, while compliance users can access both. Now, let's connect this SharePoint knowledge base to ContentIQ. First, go to the Connections tab. Here, you'll see all the connections that ContentIQ supports. For this tutorial, we are connecting ContentIQ to a SharePoint document library that contains our sample banking knowledge base. Under SharePoint, click the Connect button. Select the SharePoint site and folders that contains the banking documents that you want ContentIQ to ingest. Once the SharePoint documents are selected, click Continue. If you already have an agent created, you can select it here. But for this tutorial, let's create a new agent. Click Create New Agent. Next, give your agent a name so you can easily find it later. For this example, we'll call it North Star Bank. Once you've named it, press Continue. Review your ingestion settings, then press Finish and Connect. You'll now see the status of your agent being created. This page shows the full ingestion pipeline, including document processing, chunking, vectorizing, database uploading, and tool uploading. Once it's complete, you'll see the Open Chat Playground button. Click it to start testing your new agent. Now, ContentIQ has turned the banking documents from SharePoint into a fully working internal knowledge assistant that can answer questions with citations from the source material. Let's start with a common account opening question. First, let's ask, what documents a new corporation needs to open a business checking account? ContentIQ gives us a clear checklist for a corporation. It identifies the required documents, including articles of incorporation, EIN confirmation, signing authority evidence, and beneficial ownership information. Next, let's ask, which checking account has the lowest monthly fee and how to avoid it? ContentIQ identifies everyday checking as the lowest monthly fee option with an $8 monthly service fee. It also explains that the customer can avoid the fee with qualifying direct deposits of $500 or more, or by keeping an average daily balance of $1,500. Next, let's ask, what are the minimum eligibility criteria for a small business loan? ContentIQ summarizes the key loan eligibility rules. It covers business age, revenue, credit history, debt service coverage, and KYC status. Now let's ask a more sensitive compliance question. When should a suspicious account opening case be escalated to compliance? Because I am signed in as a user who has access to the restricted compliance documents in SharePoint, ContentIQ can answer using the compliance and escalation documents. ContentIQ summarizes the main escalation triggers, including possible sanctions or watch list matches, KYC refusal, suspected fraud or account misuse, conflicting financial information, and other red flags that could indicate money laundering or illicit behavior. It also explains that high-risk items require same-day escalation. Now let's show how ContentIQ respects SharePoint access controls. I'm going to switch to a different demo user. This user has access to the general banking documents, but does not have access to the restricted compliance folder in SharePoint. We'll ask the same sensitive compliance question. ContentIQ will not expose restricted compliance content because this user does not have permission to access those SharePoint documents. ContentIQ does not bypass the access policies already configured in SharePoint and Microsoft Entra. The same agent can support different users, but each user only gets answers from the content they are authorized to access. We also have Analytics. Click Ingest Analytics in the sidebar. Then hit View Analytics on your agent. You can see exactly how the banking documents were processed. For this banking demo, ContentIQ ingested the SharePoint documents and shows the status of each ingestion stage. This gives teams visibility into whether their knowledge sources were processed successfully before the agent is used by employees. We also have Usage Analytics to see how people are using the agent. Click Usage Analytics in the sidebar. Then click View on your agent. Here we can see how many questions have been asked, average session length, response latency, and other usage details. This helps teams understand adoption, engagement, response performance, and where the knowledge base may need improvement over time.
When you're ready to deploy, click Deploy Agent in the sidebar.
Next, click Deploy Agent again in the top right.
From here, choose how you want to deploy the agent. You can deploy it as an external agent or as a widget.
Then, select the North Star Bank agent. Next, you can customize the external chat experience. You can change the header color, accent color, background color, header title, welcome message, and more. Click Finish, and ContentIQ instantly gives you a deployed URL. And just like that, you now have a fully working banking knowledge assistant connected to SharePoint. This quick demo shows how ContentIQ can support banking teams by turning scattered SharePoint documents into a source-cited AI agent while preserving the access controls already managed through SharePoint and Microsoft Entra. Please reach out if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.